Folks, today is a very special day because we are going in the bag, taking a look at all of my discs, all my recommendations for every single slot. So let's not delay this, let's just jump into it. So we're gonna start with putters. For all my putting needs, I go with Axiom Medium Electron Pixels. I've been rocking the Pixels since the day they came out. Absolutely love these guys. They're a bit on the deeper side, but that gives them really, really good glide. I have kind of a lofty, spinny putt with a lot of like up and down movement. I don't have a lot of like pace on my putt. So it's really helpful for me to have a high glide putter that's gonna kind of carry me through the basket. Absolutely love these guys. Next, we have the Total Eclipse Pitch by Axiom. This is one that really surprised me. I was never a big glitch guy, never really gave it a chance, but I'm so glad I did with the pitch. This guy is great for when you're kind of restricted, you can't get like your full swing. You can just kind of wrist this guy. Just all wrist, you're gonna get a nice straight flight, no fade. This guy will not fade, doesn't matter. But it's also not like really understable. I can throw this kind of hard, a little bit of hyzer, flips up to flat, really straight flight. Great for kind of like awkward putts around obstructions as well when you're near the basket. Then we have the R2 Neutron Spin by MVP. I did a video on this guy last week. I absolutely love the spin for big turnovers. Start out flat, you're just gonna turn the entire flight. Put on a bit of hyzer for kind of like touchier up shots, a little bit of hyzer, pops up, goes really straight. Anything like 250 in that I need an understable flight, really like the spin. Next up we have these 4 discs, 2 Proxies, 2 Envies. These are really like the foundation of my bag. I feel like everything else revolves around these discs because I am constantly throwing them off the tee for approaches. Love these guys. We're gonna start with the most understable. That's the Electron Proxy. This guy I haven't had for too long yet, so it's not super beat in, but it still gets a really nice understable flight. Probably not quite as understable as that spin, but again, 250 in, start on hyzer, get a nice little flip, just drift, just a little bit of drift to the right. Once this guy gets really understable, probably is gonna replace my spin. I really like the spin, love the spin, but I like having this consistent hand feel between my 4 Envies and Proxies, so we'll see where this guy lands once it beats in more, but for now, it is enough distinct from the spin where I can bag both. Then we have this Electron Envy. This guy is absolutely beat to crap. I mean, it has gouges all around it, but man, it's my favorite disc. I have 2 aces with it, so kind of sentimental as well. You need an Electron Envy in your life. Start it on hyzer, get a really nice flip up to flat and just goes dead straight. I throw this disc more than any other. On it, I have written a reminder that I should be throwing this disc instead of whatever other disc that I'm gonna throw, because it's just very controllable, very easy to use. Absolutely love it. Then I have this Fission Proxy. This is 170 grams. I go max weight for pretty much everything except for a couple discs, which I'll mention. This one I love because I can start it on a little bit of hyzer. It will flip up, not a crazy flip though, just a little flip, and then still come back at the end. Really, really straight flyer. Can throw this on a ton of different angles. I like that it's not understable where I have to worry about it burning over ever. Then finally, we have the Prism Proton Eagle McMahon Envy. Love this guy for those like baby flex lines. I can throw this super hard. It's not gonna turn over. I can put it on anhyzer. It's gonna come back at the end. Headwinds, really good. Just extremely reliable, but also has a nice amount of glide. So it's versatile, great versatile disc. You need the Envy in your life. Last putter in my lineup here. The first non-MVP disc is this Ricky Wysocki Pro Pig by Innova. Love this guy because it has extremely low glide, but also isn't like too overstable. Overstable, but not crazy overstable. I've been waffling between a bunch of different discs for this slot this year. Had the Tempo for a while, had the Zone for a while, but I really like this guy for just the combination of low glide and overstability without crazy overstability. So throw this on a ton of forehand approaches. Don't throw it backhand a lot, but 200 feet and in, if I need a touchy forehand approach, love the Pig. All right, guys, next up we have our mid-ranges. I only have 3 mid-ranges, which is kind of surprising because I throw mids a ton. I absolutely love mids. I need to get some more, but for now, it's just these 3. I'm gonna start with the Hex, the most understable of the 3. Not really understable though, just truly neutral. I've been leaning on the Hex so much off the tee recently, just kind of forcing the Hex into shots where I normally wouldn't even throw it because I just love throwing it, just so straight, put it on a ton of different lines. There's a lot of holes where I used to be using fairway drivers that I kind of just realized, well, I can just throw the Hex. It's gonna go really straight and really far. Really excellent glide. I need to get some more hexes. So if you have any recommendations for different plastics, please do. I really want them to make an Electron Hex. When are we going to see the Electron Hex MVP? Hopefully soon. Then I have two matrices, or I guess matrices maybe, might be the right way to say it. Electron, Proton. The Electron I haven't had for too long yet, so it's not very beat in. So right now, these guys get pretty similar flights, but I'm hoping that I beat this one in a little bit more, and it's kind of that in between my Hex and my Proton Matrix. But for now, these guys are both just fantastic. Backhand, forehand, super flat, so they are just like amazing to throw on the forehand. Extremely torque resistant, not really understable at all. I feel like the -1 turn, a little deceiving because these guys do not turn for me, but I mean that in the best way possible. Just super dead laser beam straight, then fade. Love these guys for kind of like longer approaches, like that 270-ish foot approach where I'm not going to be throwing my pig because it has too low of glide. These guys have more glide. They're going to get there. Love the Matrix. There's kind of a goose apocalypse happening right behind me. We're our fairway drivers. I like to keep it pretty simple for my fairway lineup. I have 7 discs across 3 molds. Start with the understable boys. First up, ESP Swirl Ledgestone Cicada. Super dummy understable right out of the box. I have 4 of these of like this run. Unbelievably understable. I put it on hyzer, it just turns the whole flight. Just mega turnovers. Then we have the Page Shoe Jawbreaker ESP Cicada. This one start on hyzer, flips up to flat, gets just a little bit of drift to the right for most of the flight. Not nearly as understable as my ESP Swirl one, but still a little bit of understability. Really great shot shaper in the woods. Then we have the Z Swirl Ledgestone Cicada. This one's just a touch more overstable than the Page Shoe one, but they're very close, very similar in stability. This is one that I highly recommend as just like an all-around driver. Like if you're just looking for something that goes really straight, but you can also manipulate the angle to get a lot of different flights, especially for like woods golf, this is one I definitely recommend. Then we have the Crystal Z Sparkle Ledgestone Cicada. This is the beefy boy. I've noticed that the Crystal Z plastic makes discs a lot more overstable. At least all the ones I've tried, it's like way more overstable. This guy, I can throw it out flat really hard. It's gonna go dead straight. If I don't throw it really hard, it gets a pretty hefty fade at the end, but not quite as much as our Athenas. I bagged 2 Athenas. These are my overstable fairway drivers of choice. The ESP one is not super overstable. It's similar to that Crystal Z Sparkle Cicada, but a little bit more overstable, where I can throw it flat, get some fade at the end, also throw some flex lines with it. Also love both of my Athenas on the forehand. I forehand my Athenas more than I forehand any other disc probably, especially my Crystal Z Sparkle one. Like I said about the Cicada, this plastic makes this so overstable. This guy's really flat. I use this disc where a lot of people are using like Firebird type discs. I reach for the Crystal Athena. You gotta check this run out if you haven't yet. I have a couple backups at home because I'm afraid of losing this guy because there's not many Athenas like it out there. Really great for forehand rollers too. So my Athenas have a very pivotal role in my bag and really complement the Cicadas. Really love the combo there, Cicada Athena. Finally, my last fairway driver is the MVP Trail. Now this kind of straddles the line between fairway and distance driver. It's a 10-speed. I consider it a fairway driver because it just kind of flies like a fairway driver for me. Very controllable. Start on hyzer, flip up to flat, fade at the end. This is the best release of 2024. In my opinion, this is the best new mold to come out. I use it all the time. If I need max distance or max-ish distance, maybe a little bit less, but I also need to hit a gap, maybe there's a tighter line and I'm afraid to throw my distance drivers, love the Trail for that type of hole. Highly recommend it. And guys, that leaves us with 2 distance drivers. Now I know what I said in my past couple videos. I've been really leaning on my lower speed discs, really been prioritizing accuracy, but sometimes you just want to throw a distance driver. They're just so dang fun to throw. And this is the slot in my bag that has definitely changed the most this year as far as just like swapping out molds. It's been hard to decide on the mold that I need for just like my stock, like max distance shot. Destroyers, time lapses, intervals, wraiths, I've been trying them all, but I've settled, at least for now, on nukes. I really like throwing these nukes. This is the newest disc to my bag here. It's an ESP Light Nuke, 165 grams, super understable out of the box. If you're looking for a really understable distance driver, this guy might be the one. I like that it just really easily hyzer flips for me. Start on hyzer, flips up, gets that fade at the end. I can also put it out flat with a little bit of height. It's gonna turn for most of the flight. I mean, this guy, max distance lines, very easy. If I have to throw in that 400-ish foot range, this is the one I reach for. But to complement it, I have this ESP Page Pierce 5-time nuke. And this guy is beat to absolute heck. Super, super worn in. So it's not quite as overstable as your traditional nuke. It's pretty rare that I'm throwing over like 410-ish feet. So this guy really works well for me. If you need a distance driver that's really workable and a bit more on the straighter side, I highly recommend looking at your used bin, your local used bin, because I found this guy in a used bin. That's where I find all my best discs, guys, in the used bin. I absolutely love used discs. But this guy, being beat in, what I'm trying to say is a little bit more on the straighter side, but I can still get those like Anheuser flex lines. I can still throw it into a headwind and know I can rely on it. So love the nuke. A lot of fun to throw nukes. Anyways, guys, that is my bag. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for 1,000 subscribers. We made it to 1,000. It's been an awesome journey. Everyone who's been liking and subscribing, I owe you one. It means a lot to me. If you haven't yet, maybe go do that now. But yeah, just super thankful. It's been an awesome journey this past year. Been a lot of fun. If you guys have any questions about the discs in my bag or shot selection or what discs I throw on certain holes, let me know down in the comments below. I'll answer you. And if you guys are looking for any discs, you might be able to find them at this video's sponsor, Grow and Throw. Grow and Throw is a retailer here in Columbia, Missouri. You can also find them online at growandthrow.shop. They have a really nice selection, really great staff, so I highly recommend them. Go check them out. And guys, that's it for my In the Bag. Again, thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. It's been a very joyful journey this year. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.